What's your favorite age to parent of your kids?
Generally, kids are the most fun between 5 and 10.
Do you think humanity is inherently good, or is it just trying to be?
The concept of good wouldn't exist without humanity. I do think humanity is on balance good. I generally think like increasing the amount of consciousness in the universe is a good thing. Try to understand the nature of the universe, which you can only do by increasing conscious awareness. I mean, I've thought about like how did we get here? Because if we just start out as a hydrogen gas cloud that sort of condensed and then formed stars, and then these stars exploded, and then they recondensed, formed stars again, and then exploded again, and then eventually you get to us, 13.8 billion years later. And one of the interesting questions to think about is, how many times have your atoms been at the center of a star? I think it's like, on average, 3 or 4 times, something like that. Then how many times will your atoms be at the center of a star? Estimates vary, but it seems like we're roughly halfway. So your atoms are likely to be at the center of the star maybe another 4 times or something like that. It depends on what your predictions are for the future, but in terms of existence as measured by the number of times your atoms will be at the center of a star, we seem to be roughly halfway. That really, if you want to look at the big picture, that's the really big picture.
What's one invention that's made us worse, not better?
What's one adventure that's made us worse?
Invention.
Maybe short form video. It seems to be rotting people's brains.
What's one piece of technology you hope never gets invented?
I hope never it gets invented.
Like it's going to destroy us all. Or you think with the proper safeguards?
Well, I mean, obviously, I hope that people don't invent a virus that can kill all humans. Like that's an obvious thing.
Yeah.
I mean, generally, I hope inventions that destroy consciousness are not invented. I think the future is going to look very interesting. So I do have this theory about the predicting the future, which is that the most interesting outcome is the most likely. Which, if simulation theory is accurate, makes sense, because if anyone is simulating a wide range of futures, they're going to stop the simulation when it gets boring. Because this is what we do in our reality. So if SpaceX is doing, or Tesla doing simulations to understand how a car would work, or robot, or spaceship, or something like that, we'd run all these simulations in the computer. And the simulations that we pay attention to are the ones that are the most interesting. Like the simulation where everything goes right on the rocket, we actually don't pay attention to, because that's not the everything goes right simulation is fine. So we actually test when we simulate the rocket flight, we'll actually test all sorts of oddball situations. But we don't test it, we don't have the simulation be totally wrong, because I mean, like if the rocket just explodes immediately, that's also not interesting. So it's like you need to find the envelope of possible flight paths where the rocket can make it to orbit and without exploding, and then you find those boundaries, and then when you launch the actual rocket, you make sure it stays within those boundaries. Or another way to think of it is like we could be an alien Netflix series. And that series is only going to get continued if our ratings are good.
Are the ratings good?
Yeah.